Hello, everybody. I'm here. So I am kicking it off in like three, two, one. This is the introduction. Well, actually, there was already an introduction. I guess on Tuesday or Wednesday this week, I launched a video talking about the traveling Rough Rider knives. Earlier this week, I launched the video talking about the Rough Rider, nope, the traveling Rough Rider challenge. Well, you can see why I usually do not do things live now. Earlier this week, I launched a video on the Traveling Rough Rider Knives Challenge video. I think I got it right that time. This is phase 2, Traveling Rough Rider Knives Challenge video. Did I get all the letters in there? I think so. In any case, hello, Mimo. Hi, Mimo. Well, you got to watch me stumble all over the place. Everyone else doesn't get to watch me do that. Anyway, so what I have is a box. This box, as I mentioned in the other video, came from SMKW. They were watching the Traveling Rough Rider Knife Challenge that I did earlier that involved 8 different people who looked at the knives. This time, we're going to be looking at a dozen different people looking at the knives that are in this box. Now, this knife was provided by SMKW after I talked to them a little bit. I asked them if they had seen the other ones, and they did indeed see it. And I told them I was going to be doing another one. And I asked them if they would be willing to provide the knives, pick some knives that they wanted. And if they weren't going to, I was going to do it anyway. I would have just used 5 knives out of my collection, which is what I did last time. But yeah, part of this was, gives them the opportunity to pick some knives that they want to promote, as opposed to just me picking the knives. I think the next time what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask the people participating, that'll be like phase 3. What knives would you be interested in seeing? Something like that. I don't know. But in any case, this is in the box. What's in the box? I have no idea. I do not know what knives they sent. I had no, you're going to see these knives when I see these knives. I did not ask them to pick any specific knife or anything like that. There was nothing in it. So basically, these knives were provided by SMKW. They picked the knives. I had no say in the knives, and that's the way I really wanted it this time. So will it be a box of 10 trappers? Who knows? Maybe it will be. Last time I did 5 knives. I have a feeling there's more than 5 knives in a box this big. So I'm going to open it up. This knife is my Zombie Nick neck knife. This knife is not in the pass around. This is not part of the Knives Challenge, but this is the knife I'm going to use to open it up. The only problem with the Zombie Nick neck knives and all of the Zombie Nick series is they have this wonderful green handle, but the handle doesn't glow in the dark. It would have been really cool if it glowed in the dark. So I made a kind of a neon green or a zombie green lanyard for it. And if you notice, it's got skulls on there, and that's glow in the dark skulls. But in any case, Zombie Nick, who says, friends don't let friends eat friends or something like that. Friends don't let friends eat friends. That's what Zombie Nick's thing was. I'm going to open up the box and then start pulling things out. So we're, what, a few minutes in, so that's good. So like I said, you are seeing these as I see them. Really like the little Zombie Nick neck knife. It's got a 2-finger hold on there. Got a nice sharpening choil, 448 stainless steel. They only made like, I think they made a total of 4 of these. This is a knife I wish they would make a little more of. I doubt it's in the box. All right. As you can guess, at the top of the box is a bunch of paper. I am going to put my little zombie Nick back in its little carrying case. Move the box over to the side. Remove the paper, which is on top. Yeah. Paper on top. And then knives underneath. I am going to reach in the box and I will pull out one knife at a time and we'll take a look at it. You'll see it when I see it. Ooh, what's this first? So, this will be going along with the pass around. These are your standard SMKW sticker. There's a big handful of those in there, enough for everyone involved with the pass around. So we'll get those stickers in there, plus other stickers. I'll be throwing in some stickers from the channel, and I encourage other people in the pass around. If you got stickers or something, throw them in the box or throw them in for other people. Let's see. This is a nice flat box. Let's see what this one is. Okay. Tactical Knives and Gears. This is the RR 2644. Let's see if I can get that to show up better. Okay. Or you can take my word for it, the RR 2644. Usually when I see a red box from Rough Rider, I usually think it's going to be some kind of tactical folder. And I did want them to mix it up. So, oh, this is a big one. And a heavy one. Wow. So this is the RR, what was it, 2644. It is a flipper. Well, let's back up a bit. Let's see how well it flips. Feels like it's not assisted opening. It feels like running on a bearing or a washer or something. Definitely a liner butt lock. Really good lock up there. Big handle. Probably, oh man, I should have brought over my ruler. I'll have to go and grab that real quick. But a good liner lock going on. Right hand liner lock, so you know that deal. Double thumb studs as well as a flipper. And can I? Of course I can. Yeah. It is spring assisted. I was wrong. So definitely a little bit of a spring assisted going on there. Hi, Jim, Bubba, Stan, and Dwayne, and everybody else out there. So a little bit of an assisted opener. Failed that time. Might need to give it a little bit of a wrist flick. You got the fuller on both sides, a nice wedge up top. And that could probably be used for a skull crusher bottom. Let me go grab my ruler real quick and we'll see just how big that is. Sorry about that. Move, paper. Okay, back with the ruler. I would say about 6 1/4 inches closed. The blade length is, oh man, a full-on 4 4.5 or so out to the thumb stud. You see there, 4.5, 4 and more like 4 5/8 beyond the thumb stud. Otherwise, closer to almost 4 3/4 inches long. So it's a big deal of a knife there. That is the RR 2644. So perhaps not the knife for every traditional guy out there, but it'll be a nice knife for the tactical folks. Does look like it has a one position pocket clip going on. So that's the first one out of the box. Let's see, number 2. They told me they were going to mix it up. RR 2689. And it's got the white sleeve on it. Hopefully I can get it out without it messing up. Nice box here. Oh no. Christmas Magician knife. So I don't know if this is one coming up for this year or if it was one from last year, but you can see here it's going to be red and green. You got Rough Rider here and Rough Rider there. That's a nice box. So, and it is the half hawk, single blade half hawk in the red and green, and oh, double shield on it. You got the red shield on one side, the green shield on the other side. And let's see, Merry Christmas on one side and Happy Holidays on the other side. I do not know which year this was for. I don't know if this came out last year or if it is for this year, but it is the Half Hawk, the 2689 special edition 30th anniversary for Rough Rider. So it was one of the 30th anniversary knives, and that has been kind of all over the place. The way the knives have been coming in. So we have that one, the Rough Rider Christmas Magician knife, which is a half hawk, the RR 2689. Two down, and who knows how many to go. I can tell you right now, there's definitely more than 5 in the box, just from the way I'm feeling around. Let's see this one. Okay. Rough Rider High Carbon Steel, RR 1570. Don't know what 1570 is. It's been around for a while with a number like 1570, the Rough Rider High Carbon Steel. Oh, man. Looks okay. It's, man. Got the Rough Rider shield going on there. The diamond shield, if we can see it there. Let's try and block me out and get that to show a little better. And it looks like black smooth boning. I mean, this is solid. And you got the blades are flat gray. Does it say what kind of steel is in it? I'm assuming high carbon. 1570 China. It's not marked as carbon steel, but I'm assuming it's a T10 carbon steel. Wonderful black coating though. You see that? Really satin finish on it's like a satin gray finish on there. Got a nice pinch bolster on top, brass liners, brass spacer down the middle, and it is definitely, well, let me get all the blades out and you'll know what it is. It is a trapper, so, you know, there you go. I know there's a lot of trapper fans out there, so I'm sure this one probably will not make it back to me. For those who aren't familiar with the way the Traveling Rough Rider Knives Challenge goes, I'm going to send the knives out to the various channels. They get to look over the knives, and if there's a knife within that group that they have that they like, they can take it. The only parameter to that is if you take a Rough Rider knife, you need to replace it with a Rough Rider knife. So if someone were to take this Rough Rider trapper, then they're going to have to replace it with another Rough Rider knife of similar value and in the same condition. And so as this is a new knife, they would replace it with a new Rough Rider knife of similar value. And that's the way it is. And then that goes off to the next person in the group. So you can actually swap knives as you're going through this. And then once all the knives come back to me, I will be giving them away. So I'm not keeping any of the knives. And as I mentioned to Smoky Mountain Knife Works, when they sent these knives to me, if there is any of these knives that I want, I'm just going to go ahead and buy them. I'm not keeping any of these. If for instance, if I wanted this high carbon trapper, I would go to their website and buy it for myself and do it that way. Ooh, here we go. Features black G10 handles, brushed nickel silver bolsters. Those are the two things that are mentioned. So the handles are not smooth black bone. It is a black G10, smooth black G10, and it does says high carbon steel blades, sharpens quicker, stays sharper. So it is definitely carbon steel, which means most likely T10. That is usually what Rough Rider uses in their steel. But as I mentioned, if I wanted this knife for my collection or for me to use, I would buy it. It's not staying with me. It's going out into the world for the pass around. That's what these knives are for. They're not for my personal collection. Oh, that's a big box. Yeah, that's a real big box. I'm going to wait on that one. That's, ooh, yeah, and another sticker. Let's see what this box is. Ah, the Arctic Fox. Which one is this? 2546, RR 2546. And this is probably a knife I'm going to say, man, why did they have to send this one? I was going to buy it because there's a couple knives in the Arctic Fox series I have not bought yet. And this is probably one of them. But at least I get to look at it first, right? Oh, good. Already got it. This is the cotton sampler. I can tell you right now, I've already done a review on this knife. Oh no, is this? Yeah, this is the cotton sampler. Yeah, and I love the cotton sampler, especially in the Arctic Fox. Look at that. Can you see that in the grain in the micarta handles there? You can see it. It's all white, but you can see the layers of the micarta going on there. And then you got the little black fox there. And it's got the black liner for the line for the covers, and then you've got the brass liners and stainless steel back spray, and I believe these are 440A. Yeah, 440A on the stainless steel for the for the cotton sampler in the Arctic Fox series. This is a if you have not tried a cotton sampler and you're in this pass around, I hope this knife makes it to you because this is the cotton sampler looks so goofy until you actually use it a couple times and it's like, man, that's actually a very practical knife. Despite what it was originally designed for, which was sampling bales of cotton, it is so useful for so many other things. So got the Arctic Fox there. And then, let's see here. Next knife. This is the fifth knife. Oh, just the basic Rough Rider box, 2237. Don't know what this one is. And I still don't know what this is. I am not familiar with this knife. So this is pretty cool. It is definitely a slip joint. It has got like a blue anodized handle. I don't know if that is stainless steel or aluminum. I would have to do some research on it, and maybe I will do that. That's one of the problems with doing an unboxing live. I have no idea what I'm pulling out of the box. I don't know the facts about them, especially considering I did not purchase these knives. I didn't pick them out ahead of time. Oh man, that is, look at that little needle-like blade on that thing. This is pretty cool. RR 2237 has no information on it of blade steel or anything like that. If you can see there, it is held on by little torque screws, so it is definitely a modern style slip joint going on. We kind of knew that from the stainless steel handles there, but oh, good half stop. Blade alignment, if you can see it there, is not at all bad on this thing. It's a pretty cool knife. I like this one. This one, I should write this one down before I give it out because this is one I think I will be picking up, the 2237. So you might see me doing a review on this one in the future because, yeah, this one's going on my wish list right now. I like this one. This is pretty cool. If anyone out there has already reviewed it, leave a comment because I'd love to check it out, see what you think about it. So that's the 5 knives that are in the giveaway. I guess the rest of the knives in the box are for me. Nah, the other knives are also in the pass around. What's this? Oh, right. There's more stickers in the bottom of the box. Oh, wow. Some that everyone is going to love. Now, I will tell you now, there will be a couple stickers I keep because I just don't have them. But yeah, I will get to the other knives. I don't know how many more are in the box, but lots of stickers that I was not aware of. This is one of the ones that everyone is after these days. So they will, every sticker I have in this box of the St. Bowie is going in the box. Please, people in the pass around group, don't take them all. You know, pass them along. Make sure other people have an opportunity for the sticker, especially the St. Bowie. And we have this one coming up. This is an older one. I'll get the rest of the stickers after we get through the rest of these knives because, well, got to get them off of here. I like this one. This is reminiscent of Christmas Vacation. I don't think I have that one, so I'll probably keep one of those. Okay. I am definitely a sticker geek. Then there's the Beetlejuice ones. There's a lot of these in here, and I will definitely be giving those out. I already have that one. Let's see here. A knife. Oh, okay. Design your own. This is the tattoo series. This one is the RR 2549 and the design your own tattoo knife. I will take a look at this. Etching tools, India ink, swab, steel wool, and carrying pouch. I like the box. This is a heavy box too. Right here's the box. Oh, and man, this is what comes with it. Instructions on how to do this, and then you have a here's the, let me get this open. Wow. If I can get this out, I don't want to mess it up because this is, well, everyone else is going to have to open it up too, right? So it is a modern folder. And it's got a small area here that looks like white smooth bone. I'm assuming that's what it is, that this is white smooth bone. And then flipper or thumb stud. I usually use flippers. Got a frame lock on the back to close it up. You got a, whatever you want to call it, cleaver blade, modified Warncliffe, coping blade, whatever. That's what you got there on that side. Rough Rider pocket clip there. That is, the pocket clip is basically all of the billboarding you have on there. And then you've got this small section here for your, well, your scrimshaw work. And then the kit here has, I'm not exactly sure what that is. It looks like a burnishing tool. This I know is a type of burnishing tool. Even a pencil. And then, what else we got here? Okay. Some swabs, bottles of ink. Yeah, you've got black ink, red, green, and yellow. It doesn't not look like a lot of ink in there. And then, okay, there's the steel wool. Not much steel wool either. And then you have a, for more effective transfer, first buff the bone area with a fine steel wool. So it tells you what to do with it. And then, I'm not exactly, that must be the piece of sandpaper for working on that. So you do have all the stuff in here to work with it. If you're a person in the pass around that wants to keep this, that's fine. Just make sure that once you actually work on it and do it, show it to the rest of us because that would be pretty cool. I've done a little bit of scrimshaw work And I can tell you right now, it's fun to do, but it is also a little, uh, you know, it's a little nerve wracking, a little bit of a challenge. That's also a really nice pouch for other things too. So that's pretty cool. I like that. So let's get this back together if I can. Fun, exciting work here, huh? Man, they gave a big variety. These are some knives that you would have not seen going out in the pass around group with this Rough Rider Challenge if it had just been me grabbing, because I probably wouldn't have bought this and I probably wouldn't have thought to even give it out if I did buy it. So this will be really cool. I'm interested to see the thoughts from other people who have actually done some scrim work on what they think of this particular knife. That's pretty cool. All right, let's see. What's next? We're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another small one. Everyday Carry Brown G10. This is an interesting box. Got a window on the box. The RR2719. And is the box is taped closed. Let's see if we can do it. Yep, we can. Get it out of there. This is the like the old tray style boxes. I remember those. And this is oh wow. I actually have this one on my wish list. So this is a cool thing because this High Pocket EDC and Gem and Splitting Slices and everyone else I've missed. This is one that is actually on my wish list right now, and in there. And I was this is kind of cool because now I get to check it out before I buy it. Little flicker. It is definitely not. Yeah, it is not spring assisted. You have the axis style lock or the crossbar lock here. If you notice, it's got a nice little pull down, and I can probably pull that down. And I can't flick it just pulling it down. You have to, anyone who's used these a while can probably do it without any kind of wrist action. Let's see how it closes. Drops nicely. Seems like you do need to use the flicker to get it open though. I didn't seem to be able to open it with just pulling it down and flicking it. Maybe I can. Yeah, you can. Not me. That's because I've never owned a Benchmade and I have very few crossbar lock knives. But this one's not bad. I believe it's Brown G10, and it's kind of like a very dramatic drop point going on, I would say. I guess some people would say that that is kind of a modified Warncliffe, but Warncliffes are straight on the bottom, and this is definitely coming up to meet, but it is much more, it's almost like a reverse drop point, because is there an upswept bottom, but a drop? I don't know. Anyway, it's pretty cool. I do like that. A little smaller than I thought from looking at it online, but it is, how big is this? Got to use the honest measurements, right? A little over 4 inches closed. Yeah, about 4 1/8 inches closed. The blade is just enough to be illegal. It's like just over 3 inches, with a cutting edge that is just under 3 inches. So that's what we have on the measurements on this. And nice little crossbar lock kind of modern folder. And the RR2719 Brown G10. So it's a pretty cool little knife. Gotta get a little of the oil off my hands here. It came well oiled. Oh, what was the blade steel? Did it say? D2. It's in D2 tool steel, G10 handles. There is a It looks like a cutout liner uh, for the G10, and then obviously the crossbar lock. So there we have it. And then torque bit's holding it closed. So there we go with that. Let me get that in there. I think we're up to number 7. Geez, how many knives did they send? I know there's still something else in there. Looks like one of my skulls broke. I'm gonna have to find the other half. All right, let me get this closed up. Oh, wrong way. Trying to get everything repackaged so that the folks who are going to be looking at these next will have to go through the same struggles I did getting them open. I'm not going to retape the box. Okay, what's next? There's fewer. Let's see here. Uh-oh. Got an open box in there. This will have to be the last one. It's floating around in there somewhere. Oh. Now it's floating around in my hand. Oh, this is another one that's on my list. This is the RR2612. I just saw him showing this too. This is a modern take on the Barlow. You've got torque screws holding it all together. You've got the front bolster there, which looks to be a stainless steel liners and everything. With all the modern stuff, they love to just screw the brass. It's like, why? We don't need no brass. We don't need no stinking brass. You know, it's like, I don't know why, but there is some nice red bone going in there. And then you can see the blade drop very much right down the middle. This is got a long pull going on. Well, as long as you can get with that blade here. And then nice half stop. I think it's running on a washer somewhere. Finish is really nice. And look at that blade. Really nice finish on there. Is this D2 also? RR2612 China. I do not see the blade still. Let's see if it's here. I don't know the blade still on this one, but it's pretty cool. I like it. And it might be something, like I said, this is on my wish list. It's something I'm thinking about grabbing. This is the brand new to Rough Rider. So that's pretty cool. I like that one. I hope it was a 2612. I will double check this before I send it out. I'll check online to make sure this is the 2612. And if you notice the new boxes with the Rough Rider logo, they have that photograph of all the Teddy Roosevelt's Rough Riders on the backside there. So it's a little bit different than the old red and what would you say, red and brown, red and tan boxes. It's a little bit different. Now we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think we got another sticker. Okay. Old Southwest. I wonder which one it is. There's a couple of these also in my list. This feels pretty heavy, so it's a big one. 1752, RR 1752 in the Old Southwest series. I'm really interested in what other folks think of this series. I have talked about it a little bit in the past. Oh man, this is yeah, the biggie. This is the folding hunter in that series. Man, isn't that big? You can definitely see everything here. What I liked about this series when it came out was the little piece of turquoise up in the front bolster. Because of that uh, piece of turquoise there, you didn't have the Rough Rider Big R on there. And then you've got also some other turquoise accents going on. This looks really nice. A lot of people like the nickel silver with the black enamel in there. And that is probably one of the weakest points if you're going to be carrying this knife in the pocket. But really, that is just gorgeous. And you got pearl, mother of pearl down the middle there with the people like to call red turquoise, but I usually refer to as bloody basin jasper, because there is a type of jasper that looks just like this red stone, and it comes out of the bloody basin in Arizona. So I think of it more as a bloody basin jasper instead of red turquoise, which is a misnomer. Turquoise is usually blue. All of these stones might have been made from howlite, which is actually a white stone that they will then dye and make look like turquoise. So, and then it is an imitation turquoise. If this is actually reconstituted turquoise stone, then it is a reconstituted turquoise. Anyway, I've talked about that in several videos in the past. You got the this is the jumbo trapper. That's what this is. I can see now from that long stylized clip blade there. This is also known as the Texas trapper at one time, and that's because of this and the spay blade that's going to be on here. This is was sometimes referred to as the Texas spay blade, which is the one you see on their on the mooses. A lot of the moose knives from Rough Rider use this spay blade. This is a big hunk of a knife, man. And man, this is one that's like I don't want to send out, but I'm going to. 5 inches closed. That's how long that is closed. So it's about the size, a little bit smaller than a folding hunter, but a lot bigger than your standard trapper, and at 5 inches long. The blades are about the same length, both blades about the same length. And that length is, if you can see right there, right at 4¼ inches with a cutting edge that is just under 4 inches. Wonderful action on this thing too. Really nice. You do have the reverse frosted old Southwest on the blade there. So that's pretty cool. Really like that. You do have a lanyard hole in the back there. They did not put a clevis in there though. You'd have to do that yourself or just pass a line through it. But in any case, there you have the old Southwest. That's a big honking knife too. Really like it. That leads me to, I think, is it just one left? One left and a lot more stickers. A lot more stickers. Let me get the stickers out. Oh no, this last one, it's a tortoise shell. I probably already have this. I have just about every tortoise shell that Rough Rider has made, unless they have something new that I don't know about. RR2578. So that's what this one is, RR2578. Let's see what it is. Oh, okay, I do have this one. It is a pretty cool one. They have two different varieties of this this knife. This is a whittler. One of those, what do you call it? This is what happens when you, I think I don't know if they call this the humpback whittler or whatever. It is not the seahorse. A lot of people will call it a seahorse whittler, but this is too fat for a seahorse whittler. But it is kind of set up in the same way. As you can tell here, it has a split back spring. So for the blade spacing here, this has two of the same pin blades for the back side. So you have that pin blade on one side of the main blade, and the other side has another pin blade. So two pin blades, nice half stops going on with it, and then you have a clip blade down the middle. They also have one of these with a worn clip blade down the middle. Man, this one has some really strong back springs going on there. But it is a little knife though. It's a pretty cool knife. I like this one. I think I've already done a review of this one. I'm not sure if I didn't. I should have. I have so many of the tortoiseshell knives, I don't know what I've reviewed already or not. What I like about these is the tortoiseshell shield. You got the pinch bolsters. There's no double R on there. This one has a little bit of a slant on the bolsters, which is really nice. I'm not crazy about the black goop liner that is underneath these, um, because it kind of spoils a little bit of the modeling of the tortoise shell sometimes. But this one looks pretty good. I like it. Yeah. So that is the 10th knife in this pass around, which, wow, that is a lot of knives for one person to go through. And it would make the videos pretty long. So I think I might be doing this pass around a little bit different than what I had anticipated originally, because I've got 10 knives to send out and a lot of stickers. So this, I was already thinking about this beforehand, because I was thinking, man, that's probably more than 5 knives in that box, unless they really stuffed it with a lot of paper, which would have made no sense to me at all. And even with all these stickers, it was still like, you know, more than 5 knives. So I've been thinking a little bit about this already. Also, the fact that I got 12 people who are going to be reviewing these, and this is going to take them a lot of time too. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to split this in half. That's what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to try and set this up so that 5 knives will go to 6. What will happen is I'm going to split it into 2 groups. There'll be 5 knives going out. And what I'll do is I'm going to draw up 2 lines for the folks who are doing the pass arounds, if this is all right with them. And so what'll happen is they'll get 5 knives, review those, and then pass those on to someone else. And then later on, they'll get another 5 knives and review those. So they'll be doing it. And what I'll do is I'll be running these 2 lists simultaneously. So all 12 people will potentially have the possibility of seeing all 5 knives, or all 10 knives, if no one takes one. This is, man, this is going to be even hard to explain. So what I'm thinking is I take the top 6 names on the list and the top 6 names on the other list, and I will send 5 knives to each of those small groups. And then once those knives go through that group, they'll go into the other group. So like there'll be a list of A, and they'll be in a certain order, and then another list of B, and those names will be in another list, and there'll be 12 names total in both lists. Everyone's going to get to see the knives, but they'll see 5 at a time, and I'll make sure, and what I'll do is I'll send them out at the same time. So by doing this, it means that the potential is that you might end up seeing 2 traveling knife videos coming out almost at the same time, within a couple days of each other. But it also means that instead of waiting a year to see everybody's opinion of this, we might not be waiting nearly as long, because 10 knives is a lot of knives to look at. I'm already at 43 minutes on this video, and I was really going through this. I was just taking a cursory look, because the folks at SMKW have said, get the knife, do stuff with it. They want you to try it out. My only comment for the folks who are doing stuff with it is, if the knife that you're doing stuff with, you really don't abuse it, but fine, go ahead and use it and stuff, do stuff with it, take it out, use it for a week, carry it for a week, whatever you need to do like that. But don't abuse it. It's like, how many times can I throw this knife against the wall before it breaks? That's not, would you do that with one of your knives that you were paying for? Maybe some people would, but I'm not. Joe X is not one of the people in this pass around. I'm not sending these knives to somebody just to break them, but yeah, test them out, see how they work and everything. And then if one of those knives is like, man, I really like this knife, I'm going to keep it, but make sure that you swap it with a knife in the similar condition, in a new condition, um, for the one that you took out. That's the one thing. And because there are so many people who will want to look at these knives, I would ask the people who are actually doing the pass around, if there's a knife in the group that you want to keep, just keep one. And if you keep, say, the first time around, you get these 5 knives in the pass around. I have not really set them up yet. And you decided to keep this knife in the pass around because you really like that knife. And then when you get the next group of 5 knives and you find a knife in that group that you like, put this one in the group. So just take one knife out of all 10. That's the one thing I would ask of everybody who is doing the pass around, so that these knives can make it to other people to review, because we have 12 people in the pass around. And if someone were to say, I like these 3 knives, I'm going to take those 3 knives and replace them with something else, there's a lot of people who are like, I was hoping to see some of the knives that Tobias was showing, not knives that you wanted to get rid of, something like that. So let's be respectful of everybody in the pass around. And oh, obviously, if not a single knife in the group interests you, pass it on to the next group. Um, I will, like I said, be throwing all of these stickers in the box. Make sure you leave a few for the folks behind you. I'll also be throwing in some of my own stickers in the box. Um, and I encourage people who are in the pass around to throw your stickers in the box for other people in the pass around, because that will be great. And like I said, once all these knives come back to me, I will be doing a giveaway, probably multiple giveaways, because the knives that were involved in the pass around are not mine. As far as I'm concerned, they were donated to the channel so that I can give them out to the folks on the channel. Now, you may not see these knives being the ones given away, because I know from the very first Rough Rider knife challenge that I did, all 5 knives are not coming back to me. As a matter of fact, some of the knives that got swapped out along the way, some of those aren't even coming to me, because somebody else like, man, I like that one, I'm going to keep it. And they passed on other knives. So who knows what's going to be in the giveaway once these knives get back, but there will be a giveaway once they're back. I hope that with splitting it into 2 groups and sending them out at the same time, there won't be too much confusion among the folks who are participating in the pass around. But I also hope it means that the knives will be viewed quicker than if we're sending 10 knives to 12 people and it was one after another. So let me know what you think about that, especially the folks in the pass around. If you're okay with that, I would really appreciate knowing it. If you think it would be too much complication, let me know about that too. In the meantime, what I got to do is try and figure out how I'm going to get that list set up so that all 10 knives don't appear on your doorstep at the same time, because then it would be the same thing as like, well, now I'm kind of overwhelmed, because this is a little bit overwhelming when you got this many knives to look at. Any case, with that said, and with my rambling all done, I hope you guys enjoyed this, especially the folks who are participating in the pass around. I know a few other people um, were interested in doing the pass around and you didn't quite make it this time. Um, don't take that as a slight or anything. I was really looking at only having 10 people in this, and I basically went first come, first serve. That's how it was set up. And there's a few other people who said that they are interested in doing this, but they can't do it at this particular time. I will keep you on the wait list for future pass arounds of this nature. In any case, with that said, I will let you guys go. I hope you enjoyed this, and thanks for everyone who tuned in to see this and everyone who is watching it later. Um, With that said, also thank you very much to SMKW for providing the knives for this Traveling Rough Rider Knives Challenge Phase 2. I think it's going to be a lot of fun for a lot of people. Thanks again for everybody who tuned in. And remember, like, share, comment, share. Like, share, comment, share. Subscribe, that's the one. Subscribe if you're not subscribing. But also, please hit the come back and hit that thumbs up. I know if you're doing this live, you don't see the ability to do that, but it really does help with the channel. And I really do appreciate anybody's input or thoughts on this. Thank you very much, and I will talk to you again soon. If I can ever figure out how to turn it off.